The Galactic Academy stood as a monument to interstellar cooperation, its crystalline spires reaching toward the purple-tinted sky of Nexus Prime. For 3 centuries, species from across the galaxy had gathered here to learn, to grow, and to forge bonds that transcended planetary boundaries. But in all those years, humanity had remained a distant curiosity until Lisa arrived. Lisa was the first human accepted into the Academy's prestigious combat strategy program. With her dark hair tied back in a practical ponytail and eyes that seemed to calculate everything they observed, she walked through the corridors with quiet confidence. The other students watched her with a mixture of fascination and skepticism. Humans were known throughout the galaxy as strange creatures, neither the strongest, nor the fastest, nor the most intelligent. They were average in almost every measurable way, which made their rapid rise in galactic affairs all the more puzzling. Vin Diesel, a Kragna warrior from the volcanic world of Thresh, had watched Lisa since her first day. The Kragna were a proud species, standing nearly 8 feet tall with scales that could deflect energy weapons and strength that could bend steel. Vin Diesel had never been bested in combat at the Academy, and he couldn't understand why the instructors seemed so interested in the small human girl. "She's nothing special," he muttered to his companions one evening in the training hall. Around him stood 5 other students, the best fighters from their respective worlds. "I could break her with one hand." His friend Zartek, a 4-armed Vexian, chittered in agreement. "The instructors treat her like she's made of glass. It's insulting to real warriors." What Vin Diesel didn't know was that the instructor's caution had nothing to do with Lisa's fragility. It had everything to do with what humanity had proven capable of when pushed too far. The confrontation came on a cold evening during the Festival of Lights. Most students had gathered in the main courtyard for celebrations, but Lisa had remained in the practice arena, running through combat simulations. She preferred the solitude, the chance to push herself without curious eyes tracking her every move. That's when Vin Diesel and his group entered. "Look who we have here," Vin Diesel said, his massive frame blocking the exit. "The famous human, training all alone." Lisa turned slowly, assessing the situation with the methodical calm that unnerved so many of her peers. 6 against 1, multiple species, each with distinct advantages. The Kragna's strength, the Vexian's speed, the Thorian's telepathic abilities. "I don't want trouble," Lisa said quietly. "Please step aside." Zartok laughed, the sound like breaking glass. "You don't want trouble. That's rich. You come to our academy, take a spot that should have gone to a real warrior, and now you want to walk away. Last chance," Lisa said. And something in her voice made the temperature in the room seem to drop. Vin Diesel stepped forward. "Or what? Little human, you'll—" He never finished the sentence. Lisa moved. What happened next would be discussed in academy halls for generations. Lisa didn't fight like the other species. There was no reliance on brute strength or natural weapons. Instead, she fought with a precision that seemed almost mechanical, targeting weak points, using leverage and momentum. When Zartok lunged with all 4 arms, Lisa redirected his force and sent him crashing into the Thorian. When Vin Diesel tried to grab her, she slipped inside his guard and struck at nerve clusters that even the Kragna couldn't ignore. But it was more than technique. It was the look in her eyes, cold, calculating, utterly without mercy. The other species at the Academy had evolved with natural predators, yes, but humanity. Humanity had become the apex predator on a planet full of them. They had climbed to the top through persistence, through tool use, through an almost terrifying ability to adapt and overcome. Within 2 minutes, all 6 attackers were on the ground, groaning in pain. Lisa stood over them, barely breathing hard. "I told you I didn't want trouble." The training arena doors burst open. Instructor Vaughn, a respected Eldar warrior, rushed in with campus security. His ancient face went pale as he surveyed the scene. "What have you done?" he whispered, but he wasn't looking at Lisa. He was looking at Vin Diesel and his companions. "She attacked us," Vin Diesel gasped, clutching his side. "Lies," Vaughn said coldly. "The arena's sensors record everything." He gestured, and a holographic replay showed the entire confrontation, 6 students cornering 1. Lisa's repeated warnings, and only then her devastating response. Vaughn turned to Lisa. "Are you injured?" "No, sir." "Good. Return to your quarters. We'll handle this." As Lisa left, she heard Vaughn addressing the 6 attackers. "You fools. Do you know what you've done? Did none of you pay attention in Xen? Humans evolved as pursuit predators. They hunted by chasing prey until it collapsed from exhaustion. They turned wolves into pets, conquered their entire planet, and reached the stars in a fraction of the time it took most species. And you thought cornering 1, making her feel threatened, was a good idea." Vin Diesel felt something he'd never experienced before, genuine fear, echoing from the past hours. "The human didn't fight to win," Vaughn continued. "She fought like her ancestors fought to survive. You're lucky she showed restraint. You're lucky she didn't see you as a genuine threat to her life." The 6 students were expelled the next day. Vin Diesel, as he packed his belongings, caught one last glimpse of Lisa in the courtyard, laughing with other students, looking perfectly ordinary again. He realized then what made humans so dangerous. They could be both gentle and brutal, peaceful and relentless, really average in every way until the moment they absolutely weren't. The other students at the academy learned a lesson too, and they never cornered a human again.